Welcome to the Voices of the Goddess podcast. We believe that there is a goddess inside each and every one of us. When we use our voice to share that goddess, we support and uplift each other. Join us each week as we interview women to receive the message of their goddess within. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Voices of the Goddess podcast, where we empower, inspire, and uplift women to be the women they are, the goddesses they are meant to be. I'm off my game a little bit. Just got back from traveling to Egypt for a little over 2 weeks. And I am Julietta, the magical PT, and I'm here live this morning with so much goddess energy from ancient Egypt. Like, we're just gonna blow this show up. And super happy to yes, I'm a healer, I'm a physical therapist, but as a Sagittarius, I'm also a traveler. And so having dealt with this pandemic over the past year and a half or whatever it's been, and not being able to travel has been a struggle for me. So I got my travel urges taken care of for a little bit here. So enough about me. My co-host Allison is here. So excited to see you again. I've missed you so much.
I know, and I still haven't seen you in person yet, but soon.
I know. This is close.
It's close. So my name is Allison Mancini. I am a holistic nutritionist. I'm also a mom to 2 adult children. They're adults, 25 and 22, but they're still my children, and married to a really great guy for 28 years. We've been together over 30 years. And my passion really is about helping women, especially women. I do work with men also, but I especially love to work with women and just helping giving them the tools that they need to make good choices when it comes to their nutrition. Because I'm a firm believer that nutrition really does make a difference in your overall well-being. So Absolutely. That's all I got. And I am traveling to Tennessee in a week and a half. And I'm probably going to freeze my you-know-what off because I'm going to be in the mountains. And this girl that grew up in Michigan but has been in Florida for 30 years cannot stand the cold anymore. So
I'll send some warmth your way.
Thank you. So was it hot in Egypt when you were there? I was wondering about that. A few of the pictures you looked a little warm.
There are times when, it's sunny, it's the desert, but it's their winter there too. So it's not, going this time of year is not bad at all.
Nice.
So.
Okay.
I didn't melt away.
Okay, cool. So what are we going to chat about real first thing this morning?
So first thing this morning, we don't usually do this, but I've been thinking about this for days. And so I get to talk about this. But our guest today is someone that is so special to me. Like, I could even just saying that, I get teary. And I don't know how much I've ever told her, but we know each other since we were 18 years old, and I credit a lot of the woman I am today to her. We were both exchange students together in Venezuela, and I was this girl from small town in Wisconsin, and I'd traveled once to the Dominican Republic, but other than that, my traveling had been very limited. And she and I ended up in the same high school in Caracas. And she was constantly breaking us out of school, taking us on these crazy adventures. And she just opened up my mind and my ability to experience the world other than where I came from, with confidence. And so yes, I was born to be a traveler, but she is the woman that gave me the confidence to be able to go out and go to places like Egypt. And just witnessing her and how bold and confident she was at 18, that just inspired me so much. And so because we just finished off our gratitude challenge. So this is part of why this was coming up. I just want her to know how grateful I am for the role that she has played in my life. So thank you. And I don't know if you want to say anything after that, but if not,
I think we should bring her on.
Bring her on, this amazing woman.
Does nothing. So yeah, let's bring her on.
Welcome to Voices of the Goddess, Annette.
Oh, thank you very much, Julietta.
Would you please introduce yourself to our audience so they know who it is that I'm talking about?
Yes, first I have to, sort of, wipe away my tears. Thank you very much. And you mean a lot to me as well. And we had an amazing adventure in Venezuela and many years after. My name is Annette Hagemeijer and I'm a Dutch woman. That's the reason we met in Venezuela, because I was there on exchange as well. And I'm first and foremost a mother of 4 awesome, amazing young people who are also mature and out of the house, but I'm still a mom, like you. And I'm married to a great guy, happily married. Tomorrow we've been married for 27 years. So
happy anniversary.
Very grateful for that. And the reason I'm here is also because my passion and my job is being a pet photographer. So that's what I do. And I've been doing photography all of my life.
Allison is mouthing right now. Like some people are just listening to this, but Allison, because I show everybody your pictures. I mean, she's not just a pet photographer. She is the most amazing pet photographer. And like I said, it's sad for those of us in the US that maybe we could all we'll put together a band of pet moms and bring her over here to photograph her pets, because these images are just amazing and spectacular. And she's too humble. She will never brag about herself enough, but you have to go to her Instagram or Facebook and check out these pictures. They are incredible.
So yeah, I was mouthing.
A bit shy now.
I was just mouthing, she's the pet photographer. Oh my God. Because Julietta has shown me those pictures, and after I saw a few of them, I'm like, where is this woman? I need her to take pictures of my dogs. And she's like, no, she's not anywhere here in the United States. I'm like, oh man, you gotta be kidding me. You're an amazing photographer. Holy cow.
You all made me blush now. Okay, well, thank you very much.
Yes.
Well, shall I tell maybe how I got into photography?
Yes.
Yeah. So I've actually been into photography all of my life. I got my first camera when I was 10 from my dad, and I sort of never put it down again. I took it to Venezuela, where there were lots of awesome people and beautiful landscapes to photograph. And it was interesting because my host sister, Claudia, she got interested in photography because I was photographing everything. And she's now a photographer, so I feel very proud. And after that, I went on to study, and I joined a club, and I was a student photographer for them. So I did events and dances and, stuff that goes in university. And then when I was a mom, my children were my main subject, of course, and my pets. Also my Kuni pigs, who are awesome models for photography. They're the best, really. My children first, and then the pigs. That is how I sort of got into pet photography, but I always thought of it as a hobby. It was just a lot of fun. But then my dad died, and my host sister, she became a professional photographer, and I was like, okay, this is the moment. I have to follow my passion, because I studied something completely different, and I decided to do photography school. And when I graduated, I started taking pictures of people first, like everybody. The reason I changed to pets is has actually something to do with the question you're going to ask me later. So maybe I should hold off.
All right, hold it.
Yeah. So that's basically my history.
Nice. Yeah,
And what's your Instagram? It's furry. What is it? Furry.
It's furry.friend.dogphotography.
Okay.
Yeah, I probably have way more pictures than I ever would have had of our year in Venezuela because of her inspiring me to take more photos. And so grateful for that as well, to have does furry have 2 R's?
Yes.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah, we went to the photo shop a lot.
We did. I think I spent the most of my money there on developing pictures and buying it film.
Yeah, me too.
And now it's the digital age. Kids today will never know what that's like.
And thank goodness, because it's much cheaper.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So let's dive into our questions.
Okay.
Annette, what is your superpower?
I had to think about that one. But I can feel other people's emotions and also pets' emotions very easily. So I sort of already know if something is wrong with someone. I know, so I can, empathize with them or talk with them. I guess that's my superpower. Yeah.
Yeah, and that I'm sure that even that now you photograph pets, but seeing all the other photography that you've done, like not only do you feel it, but you capture it on film as well. And I'm sure that ability, like I look at some of your pictures of these animals and it's like, how did she capture that? And I'm sure that a lot of it comes from that ability. So
yeah, I think it's because I'm more of an observer than that. I just like when I'm in a group, you won't see me a lot because I'm sort of hidden away somewhere. I'm not really an introvert, but I'm not really good in groups. But when I'm one-on-one with somebody, I will talk easily. It's no problem, and because I can focus on this one person. But also when I'm with people I have to photograph or pets that I have to photograph, I'm more of an observer. So I don't really stage things, but I just watch them do things, and I just wait for the moment that I think captures them the best, or try to get out their soul somehow.
Yeah. Great skill. Great superpower.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Question number 2 is, what is your favorite book or a book that has most greatly influenced your life?
Okay, so I'm a reader, so I had a really hard time. I have many books that have influenced me greatly, but as we're talking about the pet photography, I'm going to show it to you. It's this one.
Oh.
Can you read it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Be a free-range human, escape the 9-to-5, create a life you love, and still pay the bills. Yeah. A lot of people need that book.
It's by Marianne Cantwell, and I can also very much recommend her. She's awesome. But the good thing about the book is that, okay, I'm going to read it because I put it here so I can formulate it well. So she said, if you think something you do effortlessly is not like your work at all, or nothing really special, that is probably your talent. Mm-hmm. So if you're like if I take my own example, like I was taking photos of my pigs. I was posting them to Facebook, my Facebook page about my pigs. I was breeding them. And so I was just having fun taking pictures of them. But I got a lot of reactions from people about the images. And when I read her book, I was thinking, so maybe this thing that I think is very easy and it's more like a hobby and it's nothing special, maybe that's the thing that is my talent. And I always thought like pet photography is not a job. It's not a job. It doesn't exist. But it turns out it does exist, and it is actually a job, and it is possible. And this was probably the thing that was meant for me. And so then I started to do pet photography, and that was in 2013 in a commercial way. Before that, I did it just for fun. And the other thing is that she says that it's possible to craft your own career, which can be made up of different things. Like if you're a baker, you can do like 3 days a week baking muffins and 2 days a week writing something about, I don't know, gardening. And you can mix it up to one career. And that's what I really like, is because I get bored very easily. So I prefer to do a lot of different things. And that got me into illustrating a bit.
I love that. Also because, like, you know, sitting here, we're all three women that are very fortunate to do what we love for our work. And I just know so many women and men out there as well who are doing the job that they have to do to pay the bills, and it's not their passion, and it's a struggle for them to get up and go to work every day, and they don't like what they do. But you know, it's like we spend so much of our time working, and if you're only going to work to pay the bills and aren't filling your soul and filling your heart and having fun while you're doing it, it's like, what's the point of doing it? So
Yes.
that sounds like an amazing book that a lot of people need to read and to figure out how to create a career that you love. And
Yes, and you know what? It's a lot of people. Well, I've seen it with my kids, because I've always said that you should do what you really like to do. I don't care what you do, whatever. And but they had a lot of friends who's, like, for instance, their father was a doctor, and then, you know, they were supposed to be a doctor. So, and maybe they'll be very happy being a doctor, but maybe not. Maybe it's not for them. But it was just like the logical career, because the whole family.
That's what you do in that family.
That was something that you should do. Or people ask children, what do you want to be when you grow up later? Well, maybe you don't want to be one thing. Maybe you want to be 3 things, or maybe you want to be 4 things. I think we're not, the society is not used to people doing different things. You just have to have one job.
Yeah. We talk about that a lot. And it's interesting to me because, you know, my kids are 25 and 22, and I kind of went through this with my son probably about 1.5 years ago. And he really still, you know, society still has this mindset of you have to find that one career and that's what you do and that's all it is. And I'm like, no. I'm like, you can do like all these things that you love to do. You just got to figure out how to fit them into your life, you know, and he has found kind of like a happy medium to that. He's coaching like he loves to coach. He's working at a job that he enjoys and helps pay the bills. And then he writes like he likes to write, you know what I mean? So he's able to like fit all of those things in. And I think that's something really to encourage our young adults, is that you don't have to just be pigeonholed into this one thing. And that's all that you do. I mean, I myself do like 4 different things.
Yes, I think it's amazing.
Yeah, and so does Julietta. Like Julietta does a lot of different things. So, and we talk, a lot of our guests do have many different, I hate to say streams of income, because they're not always necessarily streams of income, but things that they do and that they love and that they're skilled at, and they're very different too. I mean, they're all over the place. So I think it's really cool.
Variety is the spice of life.
There you go. There you go.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, let's move on to question number 3. What is your favorite self-love practice?
Well, it's one. I have 2. One is yoga, which has helped me through a lot of, a rough period of my life. I had breast cancer, and really the yoga / meditation was very good for me, for, letting go, for being in the moment, things like that. And it's also very good for you, for your health. Physical health. And on the other hand, I really like to do illustration. It's a big word. It's just drawing, really. But in for children's books type of drawings. When I do that, I just forget everything. So it's very good to maintain some creativity, because photography is a bit more difficult, because I have to take images for people. So sometimes I really have to make an effort to do something creative in photography, something that is, something completely different. And in drawing, I can do that.
Nice. So are you a published illustrator?
No.
Not yet.
No, I have done some things that are, I don't really aim. That's not my aim, because it's my hobby. And I do sometimes do commercial things. I've designed the side of a car, somebody also pet related, but in an illustration. And I have given some of my illustration to people who are doing, for instance, a book. But it's more for fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. My husband actually does that. He's a very good artist. He says he's not, but I know, Julietta, you had no idea.
I did not know this.
He's really good. Actually, really good.
Wow.
Next time you're at the lake, you have to look upstairs. There's a picture that he drew by hand, freehand, with a pencil.
Great. And maybe you can tell me his name after.
Okay. Yeah. He just does it for, it's just brings him joy. He just does it because he likes to do it.
Exactly. Yeah, I know the feeling.
He needs to do more of it, but
Yeah, if it becomes really commercial or like a business-like, then you have to be careful not to lose the creativity. And I don't really think I'm good enough as well at the moment, but I really like to do it. So
that's awesome.
Okay, as long as you're having fun, and that was a message that came up over and over. Allison gifted me this Goddess book. I don't even remember the exact title of it, but one of the things that she talks about all the time is your creativity gets to be for you and whatever brings you joy. And it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks about what it looks like. Just have fun doing it and let it fill your soul that way. So, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. It's very good. It makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Our last question, Annette, and this came out, we did some research before we started this podcast to see, in what ways women out there needed support. And the thing that came up over and over again was accountability. Because, you do a lot of different things. I do a lot of different things. Allison does a lot of different things. It's a lot of stuff that needs to get done. So how do you create accountability in your life to get all of the things done that need to get done in your world?
I hope I understood it. Maybe I didn't understand it correctly, the question.
You're fine. Don't worry.
Well, I saw it more as a question of how do I maybe do something for someone else other than myself. So I try in my work, to do some projects sometimes, like for instance, photographing rescue dogs so they get adopted. And I have photographed, that was a bit more difficult. There were people who had breast cancer like me, but they were terminally ill. And so I, took pictures of their family, nice pictures, so they had something, to remember them by. At the moment, I'm thinking I'm a bit busy because my mom is moving to a care home. But after that, I've talked to a girl who has some depression issues. and she has a dog, a therapy dog, and I want to do something with her to raise some, do some fundraising for psychiatric therapy dogs, because that is quite close to my heart, because I've had some anxiety issues myself. So I really understand what it's like. And also my mom has some psychiatric disorders. So that would be something that I would like to do.
That's really
amazing.
Cool. Yeah, that's really cool. I think a lot of people, we've talked about this before, and I've struggled over my life. A lot of the women I speak to and that we've had an interview have struggled with anxiety and depression, and it's definitely a lot more common than people talk about. And I think that's fabulous that you're doing that. I love it.
Yeah. And in my normal life, I just, I don't do anything that is super, in the public eye or whatever. I just try to be a good person and, help out my mom and help out my friends who are, struggling, things like that. Just little things.
Can you just move to the United States? Because we just want to be around you.
Well, I do plan on visiting, Julietta. So,
okay. Well, when you visit, I got to meet you.
Mike, I would love to meet you. That would be an honor. Yeah.
Where do you live again? Tell the audience where you're at.
I live in the Netherlands.
Okay.
And somewhere in the middle.
Okay. It's on my bucket list to go there, hopefully soon.
I would say that for anybody who hasn't visited the Netherlands, this, the whole country looks like it's staged for photography. It's like everything is just quaint and beautiful and sweet. And I mean, even Amsterdam, just coming back from, I visited Cairo and Alexandria, and I love Egypt, but it is not picturesque. I think I haven't visited everywhere yet, but the Netherlands, of all the places I have visited, just is the most picturesque country. So of course they create amazing, talented photographers. The country just,
I'm not kidding. I have been to the Netherlands. I went to Amsterdam.
Oh, really? Have you forgotten?
It was one of our favorite places. We loved it, but we were only there for 2 days, but it was incredible. I could have stayed there a lot longer.
Yeah, Amsterdam was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was really
not the whole of the Netherlands is like that, but yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
We actually live. Julietta was staying in a place that wasn't that nice in the Netherlands, a very flat area, land claimed from water. We live very close to that area now.
But even still, you don't think it's nice because you're comparing it to the rest of the Netherlands. But even driving through that area, there's a green pasture with a cow that's perfectly positioned to just how do they do that? I swear somebody gets up before everybody else wakes up and just arranges it for the best visual of it.
That's awesome.
That's my impression of the Netherlands anyway. Yeah. But it is time for our takeaways. Yeah. Allison, what's your takeaway?
I think my takeaway is that I really appreciate and love how Annette said that, she's not about being out in the spotlight. She's doing the things that make her happy and for the people that she loves. And I think so much of our world is out in the spotlight, right? Social media, Instagram, all this stuff. Everybody's always out there. And so many times I catch myself getting wrapped up in that or concerned with what people think or what are they saying. And to just come back and realize that I just need to do what makes me happy and what's good for the people that I love that are in my immediate world. Right. And that's what's important, and not to worry about all the rest. So I know that's a really far reaching, crazy takeaway, but I was listening to her and I'm yeah, I need to really embody that and take that in and remember that every day, because I'm on social media a lot for my jobs and it gets really crazy out there. Holy cow. So yeah, that's my takeaway. Yeah.
My takeaway is when you know a good soul, they're a good soul. How many years ago did we met in 1986? And bonded instantly then. And all these years later, like, you know, we don't get to see each other very often. We don't get to interact very often, but our souls just know each other, and we recognize the goodness in each other's soul, and that creates a bond that nothing can take away. So anyway, that's my takeaway. What's your takeaway, Annette?
Well, I'm still recovering from your kind words from the beginning, and you know, that was really, really impactful for me. And I'm very honored that you asked me to come on, because I really didn't think that I could, you know, contribute something meaningful. But if there's anything that I would like to emphasize, that is people out there who are thinking, what should I do with my life? What kind of, you know, job would I want to have? Remember that if you think that something you do it effortlessly, and other people are saying that is something that you're good at, and you're like, oh no, it's just, it's nothing. Well, that's probably your talent, and then maybe you should do something with it.
Great message. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. In spite of being nervous about it, you were fantastic, and I'm sure our listeners are going to love listening to the show. And a big thank you to our listeners out there, whether you're watching us on YouTube or iTunes or Google or Spotify or whatever. If you like what you're hearing, please subscribe, follow, and share this with other goddesses out there. And if you'd like to be a guest on our show, you can go to our website, theotgpodcast.com. And there's a simple form you can fill out there to let us know you'd like to be on our show, and we'll get in touch. And I just want to wish everybody out there a very magical day.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.